It was a crisp afternoon in London, the kind where the golden hues of the sun lit up the city's parks, making everything feel just a little more alive. Max, a cheerful golden retriever, bounded along the path, his wagging tail the embodiment of joy. His owner, a man dressed simply in a hoodie and jeans, sat on a park bench sipping his coffee, his gaze soft but observant as he watched Max play. The park buzzed with life joggers, families, and cyclists, all moving through their routines, enjoying the day. Out of nowhere, the sound of screeching tires interrupted the harmony. A biker tore down the park's shared pathway, weaving recklessly between startled pedestrians. He was in his mid-30s, with a weathered leather jacket and a permanent scowl etched into his face. His impatience seemed to grow with every passing moment. Meanwhile, Max, oblivious to the chaos, wandered a bit too close to the edge of the path, sniffing curiously at a fallen leaf. The biker's brakes screeched as he swerved to avoid the dog, kicking up a spray of gravel. Angrily, he dismounted, his frustration bubbling over into rage. "Stupid mutt," he shouted, his voice cutting through the air like a blade. Max froze, startled but innocent, his tail giving a hesitant wag. Without a second thought, the biker lashed out, delivering a hard kick to Max's side. The dog yelped in pain, retreating to his owner's legs, trembling. A heavy silence fell over the park. People stopped in their tracks, their shocked gazes fixed on the scene. The man on the bench slowly stood, his expression calm but unreadable. There was something about the way he moved, measured, deliberate, that drew attention. He crouched to check on Max, murmuring soothing words as he gently ran his hand over the dog's side. Then, he straightened and turned to face the biker. His gaze was steady, piercing. "You really shouldn't have done that," he said, his voice low and calm, carrying an undeniable weight. The biker sneered, though there was a flicker of hesitation in his eyes. "And who do you think you are?" he shot back, puffing up his chest in an attempt to mask his unease. The man didn't answer. Instead, he took a step closer, and that's when the whispers began. Recognition rippled through the crowd like wildfire. "That's Jason Statham." The biker blinked, his bravado faltering for a moment. "Wait, you're," he started, but his sentence trailed off as his brain scrambled to connect the dots. He quickly shook it off, forcing a laugh. "Doesn't matter who you are." "You think I'm scared of you?" Jason's lips curved into a faint, almost imperceptible smile, not one of amusement, but of warning. "It's not about fear," he replied. "It's about respect." The biker, perhaps emboldened by the gathering crowd, swung first. His punch was wild and desperate, driven more by panic than skill. Jason moved like water, sidestepping with ease. What followed wasn't a brawl, it was precision. A few fluid motions, and the biker was disarmed and on the ground, gasping for air, but otherwise unharmed. Jason crouched beside him, his voice low and even. "Next time you feel like picking on someone, make sure they can't fight back." The biker lay stunned, too shocked to reply, as Jason stood and walked back to Max. The golden retriever wagged his tail tentatively, looking up at his owner with wide, trusting eyes. Jason gave him a reassuring pat and clipped the leash back onto his collar. The crowd erupted into applause, but Jason barely acknowledged it. With a nod to a few onlookers, he turned and disappeared down the path, blending seamlessly back into the ordinary rhythm of the park. The biker slinked away, his ego bruised far more than his body. Meanwhile, Max, ever the forgiving soul, resumed his playful energy, as if the incident had already faded into memory. For everyone else in the park, however, the moment lingered, a reminder of the unexpected ways justice can unfold. Kindness, after all, costs nothing. But disrespect? That might just cost you everything. And if you ever find yourself in a London park, it's worth remembering that the man sipping coffee in a plain hoodie might just be someone with a very particular set of skills.